Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Oliver, hello. I see you dancing chicken. I just had some weird stuff occurring, and I'm hoping everything is coming across okay. Audio should be good, but I just had some issues I had to take care of. Oliver says, okay, here. Good. OBS was not picking up my mic for some strange reason. Yeah, I don't know. Strange stuff is afoot. That's all I can say. Okay, here too. Thank you for that, Oliver. And let's go ahead and take care of some introductions. Okay, wow, I am... hello, everybody. My name is Shawn. I'm a photographer. I'm based in Germany. Wherever you are watching this, hopefully you can find a Linktree link within the description someplace, and it will take you to the Linktree, and this is every place you can find me on the interwebs. If you would like to share your work with me and I can share it with the community, you can join my Discord right there, and we will pass that along. Also, if you have a Behance page, you can find me there, and if you would like, you can subscribe to me here, or you can buy me a cup of Joe right there. If you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all those great things you're supposed to do. But that is enough about me. Oliver posted something very interesting. Let me switch sides. Anyone using Logitech devices on a Mac with Options Plus or G-Hub, if it stopped working, you'll need to manually install a patch. No, it was turned off. I turned them. I've been getting ads for some reason from YouTube now. I don't know. I didn't in the past. So out of the corner of my eye, when I see the ad come up, I turn it off. And yeah, I forgot to turn it back on. So Oliver, yeah, this is like the dumbest thing ever for Logitech. What is going on? I'm assuming you came across this yourself. The description of issue A, new patch installer for Logi Options Plus and G-Hub is now available to fix an issue which caused the apps to stop working on a Mac. So I'm curious, did you learn about this or did your Logitech gear stop working? The cert expired, so Options Plus won't load, which also means there's the ads. Which also means it can't update itself. I'm assuming that's the same for G-Hub. Ooh. So they just let it expire. Why? That is... Oh. Okay, one moment. I'm getting beeped. Hi, Elena. I mean, they didn't do it deliberately. One second. People are pinging me. Happy Thursday. All right, just an oversight, but a very silly one. But it means everyone has to update manually because it can't update itself to fix it. Ooh. That's tough. Hi, Elena. Good to see you. I like the dancing snowmen. That's fun. All right. So, well, okay, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't understand what's going to happen. All my reconfigured buttons stopped working, and when I tried to open Options Plus, it won't load, just a purple window with a spinning circle. And Elena says, yes, it's so cute too. Yes, it is. They're fun. Okay, the beginning of the year, I like to go... Oh, working again now. Well, that's good. Beginning of the year, I like to go over like Photoshop, Lightroom Classic, and just kind of do an overview, a new introduction to these apps. And I started on Tuesday, and we have dealt with, jump over here, we have dealt with the library page. Because I installed the patch this morning and then posted that on Discord. Oh, it's working because you installed the patch. Okay. Well, is it pretty straightforward to install the patch? Do I have a little party hat? Do I? Huh. Okay, your username gets a little party hat for the affiliate anniversary. All right. And yeah, you just download the file and run it. Well, okay. That's cool. It is really hot. 1 second. No, I can't see it. I do not see it, Oliver. I mean, I see that there's like a star on Glenn. On Discord. Okay, wait a minute. Oh. I'm like, what are you talking about? A party hat? Cool, I got a party hat. I can now. All right. So, let's dive into Lightroom Classic. First off, I have been cleaning up Lightroom Classic and trying to get on top of my backing up of files and things of that nature. Out of my 88,000 photos, I am through like 20,000. I spent all day on it, and it's just time consuming. But let's get into it. So I went over everything here on the library page. We talked about the catalogs, the folders, the collections, how to import. I did not talk about exporting, but we can do that quick. Let's go ahead and hit the export button. And you have a series of different presets that you can make or use. So you can burn full-size JPEGs, export to DNG, export for email, or for email hard drive. I do not have any exports set up of my own. I probably should, but I don't. So first off, you have up here at the top, where to export. I've got mine set up to hard drive. You can export to email or export to a DVD or CD. Then you've got different options of your location. So a specific folder, same folder as the original. Oliver says I have loads. I mean, multiple sections, multiples in each section. I don't doubt it. Choose a folder later, useful for presets. You've got desktop, documents folder, a home folder, movies folder, or picture folder. I like the specific folder. Then you hit the choose button, and as you can see right now, I've got mine just as the desktop. That's whatever I used it for last time. You can put it in a subfolder. Oh, I remember I exported a bunch of clouds for Photoshop and hit clouds. You can add this to a catalog. You can add it to a stack so it can help you stay organized. And then existing files, ask what to do, choose a new name for an exported file, overwrite without warning, or skip. I'm just ask what to do. Ask what to do. File renaming, you can rename. As you can see right here, for example, I've got it set up with a Malta. That's the filing name of the import that I did. I don't have any videos, but you can include video files. Your file settings, we've got a JPEG, JPEG XL, a GIF, PSD, PSB, a TIFF, a PNG, a DNG, or the original. And then you can specify the quality in which you would like to export. You can limit the file size. You've got your color space that you can choose. And then you have HDR output, which is if you've got HDR output. HDR output, you can also do HDR and a JPEG, just a regular JPEG. That's totally up to you. I'm getting so many ads. I don't know why. All right, we're gonna keep going. The image sizing. So one thing that I like to do is to go through and change the image size depending upon where it's going. You can specify your pixels, inches, centimeters. Set your resolution, pixels per inch or pixels per centimeter. You can do output sharpening, which I never do. Metadata, you can do copyright only, copyright, and contact info, all except camera raw info, all except camera and camera raw info are all metadata. So you can be specific about the metadata that you want. I don't use locations, so most of the time I've got that checked. Write keywords as Lightroom hierarchy. Wait a minute. Okay. I'd never noticed this before. One of the issues, and this could be the plugin. So you add all of your keywords onto your photo, and you go and you send it over to Adobe Stock. Now, technically, once those keywords are brought into Adobe Stock, it alphabetizes everything. And so you have to move the words around to which are most important. The most important being at the top of the list. I wonder if you keep that checked, will it keep the keywords when you're sending it using the plugin? Because you're not exporting, you're not using this export field. Huh. Okay. Curious about that. Then you have watermarking. I have no idea what that setting does. Okay, you can add a watermark on your export. In your post-processing, you can show it in Finder. You can open in Adobe Photoshop or open in another application. Go to Export Actions folders now. I've got Do Nothing. And so let's go ahead, hit cancel. Now, what I am thinking, well, okay, Lightroom Classic goes through and alphabetizes the keywords automatically. I don't know what it does. I do not know what it does. Interesting. I'm gonna have to find out. Okay. That will be a mission in the future. Let's go ahead, hit G, get back to the grid view. Let's jump into the develop module. Okay. Let's switch sides. Just like with everything in Lightroom Classic, you usually start on the left side of the panel and just go ahead and get everything small here. Oliver says, yeah, it says something about having keywords that are parent and child to each other, and does it maintain that in the metadata? But how do you even do that? I have no idea. A parent and child? In keywords list, you can add keywords into other keywords. Okay, translate, look up, search with Google. No, in the keyword list. Okay, I've never right-clicked on the keywords, so I'm reading what this is. Hold on. Cut, copy, paste, share, show writing tools, proofread, rewrite, spelling, grammar, substitution, replace quotes, replace dashes, replace text, use substitution, smart copy and paste, smart quotes, smart dashes, data detector, smart links, text replacement, transformations, make uppercase, lowercase, capitalize, convert with full width, speech, add to music as spoken text, Convert text to simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, open. Okay, those are Mac OS settings. Interesting. All right. The keyword list box. Create a keyword tag inside 1999. Put new keywords inside this keyword. Steven, Happy New Year. Good to see you. What just happened? Where'd it go? Okay, wow. Okay, so it's got a little dot right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to. So this apparently what the hierarchy is. If you've got keywords in other keywords, then when it export it indicates that there is metadata, not something I've ever used or even knew existed until about 5 minutes ago. Ditto. Bro, is there scope in Adobe Lightroom in 2026? I'm just asking. Chrome and Craft. Is there scope? I'm curious, what do you mean by scope? So if we go in, let's go into Malta. New keywords inside this keyword. I mean, like an earning possibility. It depends upon what you do, Chrome and Craft. So I use Lightroom Classic. I use Photoshop, and so it depends upon what you are taking photos for or of. So if you are taking photos to sell as stock, if you're taking photos as for travel, if whatever it is, advertising, Lightroom is not only a wonderful editor, it's a great way to organize your work. Like being a photo retoucher or photographer, Steven says. Yeah, I'm a freelance video editor. You would want to look at Frame, in Premiere, in After Effects, Frame.io. I'm assuming that you are using Premiere if you're a video or a video editor. So Frame.io is going to be a way to organize and share throughout your team your videos. Now, there are a little bit of video editing, little bit in Lightroom Classic, but would I ever use it to edit a video? Absolutely not. No way. I have Premiere, I have After Effects. Heck, I use Character Animator. Sometimes I use Adobe Express. Oliver says, don't use Lightroom for video editing. Its video features are not great. That's true. I edit on DaVinci, but looking to switch. I gotta update my betas. I do not want to update you live. Depending upon what it is you're looking for, I love using Premiere. I started using After Effects first. Let's actually get into video. Boop. There we go. I haven't used Audition. I started in After Effects and jumped over to... Okay. Don't switch from DaVinci to Lightroom. No. No. Dupe bug. Master of Audition. Yes, you are. Yeah, I mean, in reality, I love Premiere Pro. Now, I'm an Adobe community expert, so yeah. If you're looking to give it a shot, if you want to check it out, there's probably a free trial for it, for Premiere. But getting like a Premiere, After Effects, Media Encoder, yeah, highly recommended. Audition, if you're going to be getting into a lot of the audio. I am by no means, I know enough to be dangerous. Let me put it that way. When it comes to video editing, enough to be dangerous. That's about it. That's about it. I try it. I like it. Am I good at it? Nah, not really. You can do a lot of Audition stuff directly in Premiere now. Premiere is... Okay, I cannot... There's a free trial, but you know, it's... I don't want to speak out of turn, but there's sometimes you get what you paid for. I'm going to put it that way. We can somehow get them for free by some not very moral ways. I'm going to tell you something. So, become active with Adobe. Become active. Join their groups. Join their Discords. Join their private betas. Join the beta. Get in and take a look at what Adobe can do for you. There is a huge amount of stuff that Adobe does for the community. And the more active that you become, the better opportunities arise. I mean, let's go back to lockdown 5 years ago. Geez, 6 years ago now. 6 years ago. I heard of this thing called Adobe Live. We're on a major tangent here, people. Let's jump over to Behance, or it's also on on behance.net/live, there is all of these lives. Well, actually, it's my condition currently that I can't buy them. I get it. So 5 years ago, I got an email from Adobe saying, hey, check out Adobe Live. And I'm like, okay. So I showed up and they had these challenges and I started doing them. And then I jumped over into the Discord and I was jumping into the Photoshop Discord, the Premiere, the Adobe Video Discord. XD at the time was a big thing. Illustrator, I was interested in Illustrator, but I couldn't afford it. The only stuff that I had was the photo plan. And in the photo plan, you know, I had XD, I had Photoshop, and I had Lightroom Classic. That's it. And I was starting out and I started learning so much and I became active within the Discords. And as I became more and more active in the Discords, I decided, you know what? I want to start streaming. I want to start streaming about photography. So I started streaming. And so during lockdown, while I was streaming, some guy named Tim from Adobe asked me to be on Adobe Live, which was a dream. So I was on Adobe Live UK a handful of times. I don't know how many times. I've been on Adobe Live US, and through that, I became an Adobe Express ambassador. So I was diving into Express and promoting Express using my streams. From there, I became an Adobe community expert. Now, there are certain things that you get when you become involved with Adobe, and it is greatly helpful because I have given time to Adobe. I've turned around and I've done beta testing, private beta testing. You know, and once you get some of these apps, if we open up the Creative Cloud again, you get the apps, you're going to see right there, beta. So you can jump in and try these betas and give feedback and become active. There we go. It's a process. It's a process, but it has been an amazing thing to do. The people from Adobe are wonderful. Am I an employee? No, absolutely not. And I want to say it again. I'm a community expert program. Community. I'm not an employee. I've never been employed by Adobe. I guess you could say I've done some freelance work for them, which I have. Yeah. I mean, I know people want stuff now. They want something free, and they don't want to have to put the time and effort in to either learn, or they just want it now. And when it comes to that, I don't know what to tell you. I do, but I do know what to say. If you, on my Behance, twice a year, I do a community challenge and I give away a full 12-month subscription to the All App Creative Cloud plan. In fact, in chat right now, Elena is our latest winner. So let's see, where is Elena? Let's bring up Elena's work. Here we go. Boom. Elena is this challenge's winner. So the amazing thing, yeah, I see you, Elena. If you don't want to spend any money, I'd stick with DaVinci Resolve. You're going to be hard pushed to find anything else as good as that for free. Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing. Elena, when she joined this community, had no idea that I give away Creative Cloud plan. They did not join the community to get a Creative Cloud plan, but became active within the community and won. And might I say, rightfully so. Elena knocked it out of the park. So I think I've given away 4 or 5 Creative Cloud plans. I think. So, yeah. There's ways to get it for free. I'll put it that way. There's ways to get it for free. You just have to put some work into it. Adobe Live used to give them away every now and then. They're not as active doing that anymore. On the Discord, let me close. There's legal ways to get it for free, just to clarify. Yes. And you really don't want to promote too much that you're trying to get it not. Like, don't go onto an Adobe server and ask for free subscriptions or whatever. You will be booted. This is what I'm looking for, not Behance. I'm looking for Adobe Creative Career. Ooh, Mafu.
Fujisaki Mafu, you just redeemed Big Boom.
Thank you, Mafu. Let's see. Yeah. Who's in a hype mood today? A hype mood. All right. I think we're done talking about that. Let's get back over to Lightroom Classic. I am trying to figure out this keyword within a keyword. God, I have a lot of keywords. Oh, you are welcome, Mafu. Thank you for being here. Ooh, they've got a ton of hype there, Oliver. Tony, the design ninja. I'm happy all the time if that helps. You are just flat out a wonderful individual. Good to see you, Tony. Happy New Year. How did I miss that opportunity? Happy New Year, Tony. Ooh, Umacorn reached a 3-stream streak. Hi, Uma. I didn't see you come in. Hope you had a great holiday season, Tony, and I hope all of you did. Let's see here. I am gonna need to figure this out. Any type of hype is desired. I like that. There you are, Uma. I'm still trying to figure out how you're supposed to add it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this and figure out how I'm supposed to add these sub keywords. Parent, child. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Let's get back into it. What's a winter residence? Sounds like a place to build a snowman. Oh, I was at the winter residence and just got back on Sunday. That does sound lovely. I'm assuming, Mafu, some people are what they're called as snowbirds, and so they will go to different climates, they'll have maybe 2 houses, or they'll rent or something like that, and they'll go someplace warmer during the winter. So that could be a winter residence. Possible. Okay, we're gonna jump into develop. Let's hit D for develop. Let me switch sides back over here. First off, as always, up here in the top, we have our navigator. To make child tags, don't you just drag them onto the one you'd like to be the parent? G for grid, okay. And let's come over here and let's call this, we've got Island Malta, that's just small. So if we grab small, maybe I have to grab them from the word list. My word list is so freaking. The winter residence is my brother's lovely house. Nice. Spend the winter someplace warm. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, so here's our keyword set. If I grab that, let's add that back in. It's highlighted. No, that's not working. And try Gozo? Nope. From the list. By the way, everybody, thank you so much for the 100 messages. 100 chat, 100 messages. Boom. Okay, let's actually be on this side since I'm working on this side. Use the keyword list panel. Elena.
Lazy77 just redeemed Big Boom.
Okay, so the thing I'm wondering... Okay, brick. I didn't know you could do this. You can drag that over. So I've added brick. Brick is there. Steven, me too. Unfortunately, my winter residence is my summer residence, spring residence, and autumn residence. Also very cold. Okay. Export containing keywords. Okay, that's creating a tag. All the work is done in the keyword list panel. If you have keyword like Germany, you could drag Berlin keyword onto that and it would become a child. Okay, I do have Berlin and I do have Germany, but the problem is, let's use Berg. Let's use Berg. Edit keyword tag. Okay. Put this new keyword inside, put a new keyword inside this keyword. And nothing happens. Applying Berlin would also apply the Germany keyword. All the work is done in the keyword list panel. Okay. Now drag and drop it. Come on. My list is so freaking long. And it's not scrolling. Okay, now it's scrolling. Okay, okay. Where are we? We're in C. Oh, I have so many keywords. E, F. We're almost there. Germany. We got it. We got it. I spelled Germany wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we've got it. It's right there. We can actually toggle that up and down. Umacorn. Umacorn. Don't laugh at me. I'm sensitive. I don't know if Tim would approve. Not approved by Tim. No. Now the question that I have. Did it? Okay, let's get back out of here. Come on, there you go. Just as a test, let's put in Germany. Okay. And so if let's do a quick export. Let's do a quick export. I'm trying to figure out if, yeah, let's just export that. I'm trying to figure out what the case usage of this would be. Valencia Brick, Small Malta, Fort Island Travel, Germany. Okay. Let's now. Here's the question. Didn't add. Do that again. Let's go down to hierarchy. And now write keywords as Lightroom hierarchy. Okay, let's export. Let's get that info. But nowhere does it say Berg. It says the Germany. Trying to think if there's any way I could make use of this. Maybe nesting alternate names for a species under a primary name. Apply the child to the parents. Apply a child and the parents are added automatically. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, so the child would be Berg. So let's get rid of add Berg. Let's confirm. Is there a search? There is. Okay, so I've added the child, and the parent is not there. But if I export this, let's make sure. Okay. Okay. We got that. We've got it. So here I've added Berg, and it automatically added Germany in the keywords upon export. It's not showing the parent here. So it only adds them on the export, not Lightroom Classic. Yes. There's an option to add all the tags on export. Yeah, that was here. Like, this is what Oliver and I were trying to figure out. The hierarchy. Check to include Lightroom hierarchical words information in XMP. This option will include all attached keywords and their containing keywords and will ignore. Okay. Whoa. Wow. My brain hurts now. I still don't know. Here's the question that I've got. Now, because, let me switch sides. Alex, hello. I am curious because when it comes to keywords, The Adobe stock, when you submit to Adobe stock and the keywords come in, the question is, the plugin for Adobe stock, does it do the same thing? Because technically you're not using, as far as I know, you're not using an export, the export dialog. So I'm wondering if it's useless. I mean, we could. Let's test it. Let's test it. I'm here. Let's test it. Check the settings for the plugin. Edit settings. Okay. Adobe stock. Yep. That's it. There's, oh my gosh. Okay, I do have an account. There's no settings. I think it's still a BTS export function. Okay, we're gonna test it. Let's get back to Malta. Let's find our image that we were using. Here we go. Do not have Germany. So that is what we are looking for. Okay. So let's move down here. We're going to grab this. We're going to bring it to Adobe stock, submit to Adobe stock. We're going to come here. We're going to go ahead, take that, new photos to publish, and I need to turn that off. I need to make sure under sign in that nothing strange is coming up.
When I was young, I was scared of the ocean.
Maybelly, hello.
In the ocean.
One moment, everybody. Give me a second. I didn't turn that off. Do you have any suggestions to make Lightroom faster? It takes ages to export compared to C1. Go to Adobe stock to complete your submission and start selling. Yes, please. Okay, I am in. Ooh! Boom! Check this out. One quick second and I will answer that. Yes. Look down here. Germany is there. So now I can see a good case usage for using a parent-child keywording. Okay, let's have that selected. Let's go ahead, delete. Yes, I do want to delete that. I am happy, Tony, because the question is for, depending upon what your workflow is if it would be useless or not. Like if it would just be more work, but I can see the benefit of it now. So that is good. All right, we're sticking with Malta. All right, Bailey. Do you have any suggestions to make Lightroom faster? Takes ages to export compared to Capture One. That would be a good name for a disinfectant. Germany. There are some workflows. Evie, hello? So it depends when you're talking about exporting. to make it faster. It would depend upon where you are exporting to. The speed of your external hard drive. Ah, my tummy is a rumbling. Tony, have a great day. Thank you for your help and educating me. Thank you so much. So if you are exporting to your machine, it might be the speed of your machine. Okay, internal and for drive. Well, upon export, it's just making me think of Frankie Howard in Up Palm Bay, Germany, and thrice Germany. um, that is one thing I've not had any issues with, the speed of exporting. The only thing I can think about is it would be your write speed, how many images that you are exporting, and how how think of it as file size. Okay, let me cancel out of that. If let's get back into this export. So if I wanted to go back in and our file settings, instead of exporting a JPEG, I'm exporting PSDs or the original or DNGs. That's just going to be larger files, so it's going to take longer to write to your hard drive. I've not heard of anybody having that issue. Now, importing and even loading images, like I'm working on an external hard drive, and I know Oliver is totally against it. He, correct me if I'm wrong, Oliver. Oliver's workflow is he has his images on his hard drive while he works on them until he's done working on them. Then he exports them onto an external hard drive or another drive someplace and takes them off the computer. So that way it's the fastest workflow. Oliver says, yeah, I work on my internal drive and then archive off when I'm done. Yeah, you got me stumped. You have me stumped on this one. Also means I don't have to have the external connected all the time. That is nice. That is nice. I would run some tests, Bailey. I would figure out, first off, what are these images that you are exporting going to be used for? If they're going to be used digitally, then of course you could make a smaller JPEG, smaller file size. If they're going to be for print, then you are going to want large TIFFs. So it kind of depends upon what it is that you want. General advice for digital files, you need to keep 3 copies, 1 off-site. General. Okay, where am I? I'm back in the library. Why are all mine expanded now? Why? All right. So one of the things that Oliver was talking about, let's get back into here, is if I go in and I double click on the edit keyword tag, I can actually spell it properly. I don't want to this time because I've been using it in different ways, and it's only misspelled on five photos. But let's get rid of Berg. But if I wanted to, let's go Command D to deselect. And let's get rid of that. You have 8 copies of every file? Why? Let's see if I've got something here. Looking to see if anything is spelled wrong, and I'm going to be really surprised. Guess depends on the importance of the file. All of mine are important to me, even the bad ones. But not 8 copies. 2 computers, files synced to both, 2 sets of backup plus each, two sets of backups for each plus NAS plus offsite. Show off. Okay. Do not have. Okay, here's one. I have no idea what I was trying to spell. What do we want to rename that to? Maybe I was trying to spell. Let's go ahead, just delete that. Don't even know what I was trying to spell. We'll do red. We'll do red. Okay, so we've got red there. So let's say we were going to try this to red leaf. Maybe it's a red wine grape leaf. Let's go ahead and save that. And so now, come up here really quick. Second. And I don't know what this image is, so I want to make sure that it's safe.
Sir, your shape is incredible. How many times per week do you visit the gym?
0. I'm just doing Tai Chi walking every day. Every man over 50 should try it.
What happens if my dad starts Tai
Oh,
Chi walking?
YouTube, you are just really upsetting me today. Okay. Here we go. So this is a image that I ended up sending to Adobe Stock. You can see all the keywording that I did right here. And we've got all of these keywords. And one of them down here at the bottom, it says red leaf now. Before, all it said was red and for the sign. And so now, since I changed it, it says red leaf. So that's That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right. Let's get into some developing. Wow, today has just been one of those days. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit D for develop. And let's pick a decent image. I like the harbor. We'll stick with the harbor for now. It is one of those days, I agree. It is. It is. Okay, so we're going to hit D for develop. We're going to get into our develop module. We're going to start on the left-hand side. Down here at the bottom, you have copy and paste. So if you want to copy and paste your edits, this is where you can do it really quick. If you come up here to the top, we have our navigation window, and the navigation window is really, really helpful. If I come over here and I grab our eyedropper, and as I move around, watch up here at the navigator. The navigator is actually going through and showing me a preview. This I find so immensely helpful, and this is one of the reasons until it gets into Lightroom, I'm sticking with Lightroom Classic. It's one of the major reasons for me. So the navigator. Next off, we jump into the presets. We have a ton of loaded presets, and of course you can save your own. And as you hover over them, you will see that it makes changes to your image. If we come down here, we go to creative. We've got that flat and green. Let's get back. You can really see a cool matte. Warm and moody. Flat and green. So I just selected flat and green. When this came out, I was so impressed with this simple slider up here. You can see it says preset. I have done a creative flat and green preset, and then you have an amount slider. So you can come through here and add, turn it up to 200 if you really want that to be flat and green, or turn it 100% off. So you have adjustments there to your presets, which helps a ton. Let's go ahead. We are going to reset that image. And if you make a selection, and let's do, like if we jump into seasonal autumns and we grab something like that, you're going to see over here that your sliders move. Now, you still have full control over that preset, not just by the amount. If I crank it up, the sliders move even more. If I crank it down, the sliders go back to zero. So you still have total control of your individual sliders everywhere, but that is something to be aware of. That is a preset. So if there was something that I wanted to do, let's come up here, talking about presets. Let's do a crazy, let's bring our highlights, our exposure down. Let's go ahead and warm this way up. Let's warm it up. Let's drop our shadows. Let's add some contrast in there. Let's bring our whites up just a hair. Let's bring our blacks down. Let's give a lot of texture to bring that stone out. We'll give some clarity. Go with the dehaze. We'll add some more vibrance. And so that's the before. That's the after. So you can see what we've got. I'm going to come over here to this plus on the presets. And we're going to hit plus. And I'm going to create a preset. And I'm going to call this our live Crunchy. Let's call it a crunchy. Live crunchy. I'm going to put this into my user presets, so I'm going to be able to find it. I could create a new group if there was a specific, like if I wanted to call this landscapes or cityscape, something like that. What do you want to add? Let's add all the basics. I didn't do any curves. Didn't do any detailing. So we can turn that. Didn't do any transform. I didn't remove anything. All I did was in the basic panel. So we're going to leave that. Next off, down here under the advanced settings, you can support the amount slider, which yes, please. Evie, take care. Thank you for stopping in. I hope your day gets better. And then if you used any of the adaptive masks or the ISO adaptive preset, and over here, you'll be able to see some of the presets and masks. Right there's the masking. You can hit that. So let's go ahead and let's do no. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead, create that. And did I hit create? Yep, right there. Our live crunchy preset. So if I come back here, let's reset that. And if I hit our live crunchy preset, again, I can go over the top and crank that up to 200, or I can bring it down back to 0. Full control of the sliders. We are going to go ahead and reset that. So very simple. Another thing, people like to sell their presets. So if you come over here, you can go to your manage presets where you can export them to sell them if you would like. Presets are done. I talked about snapshots. Taking snapshots is one of those things, like if I wanted to say, okay, let's do a snapshot. Let's add a snapshot, and it comes up with the time. Let's create a snapshot, and then we go into our presets. Let's grab our crunchy. Now let's add a snapshot. We're going to create that, and then I come over and I'm like, this is just way stupid warm. Like I went way over the top. So let's bring that back, let's bring our vibrance down a little bit. And we're gonna take this the other way. We're gonna take our texture down. We're gonna take our clarity down. We're gonna take our contrast down, and we're gonna make this really flat. So at this point, I take it, we create a snapshot, and I'm like, oh, what the heck were my settings? What did I do? Now, this is a quick way to get back. One thing you could do is you could come in here. Whoa, get back here. Oh, I just deleted all my history. Is if I hover over, there's our original. There's our crunchy. And then here is our flat. So we can get back into those. Now, if I open up, you can see it's telling me over here our snapshots. So it's giving me the history of everything I've done to it. Now I hit the X under the history, and so I cleared everything before, and so all that history was gone. But you can also use snapshots or history to get back to where you were. Kind of important. Let's go ahead. We're gonna delete that. Let's jump into our snapshots. Let's delete. I want to see if I reset, will everything go away? Nope, doesn't. So you can come back here. Let's delete that and delete those. All right. And then collections. These are your collections that are just like in the library module. Frank, hello. How you doing, Frank? Okay. So that is the left side. Now, just so you know, if you right click anything at all, right click these panels. I'll show you this one in a minute. I'll show you this one in a minute. There's your collection. So we are good to go there. Let's jump over into our develop panel on the right hand side. Histogram. I got into. Not bad. How are you? Doing okay. Busy day today. I got into the histogram earlier this week. So if you want to rewatch that, you can. Talking about the panels. Okay. You can customize your panels. You can show all, which is going to have all of them open. You can have solo mode. Show all is show all panels. You can expand them all or collapse them all just by right-clicking on the panel. As you see, I've got solo mode on. What solo mode means is I can only have one panel open at a time. This is how I love to work. I do not want to have, let's turn off solo mode and let's expand all. And there are people, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong. This is just my workflow. This is how I like things, is they have everything open and they scroll and they scroll and they scroll. If that's how you like, you can do it that way. I prefer solo mode, only having one panel open at a time. Okay, so let's talk about this top panel up here. Oh, no, let's not. Not yet. Customize development panel. You can drag and drop these however that you want. Now, I am going to go ahead, hit default mode, and you will see them move. Boop. They just moved. This is the order that Adobe would like you to work in. This is the order that Adobe would like you to work in. I'm going to cancel out of that. Let's zoom out. I have a different workflow that I have gained over a long time. So I have my own workflow. Does it come and bite me in the butt? Yes, it does at times. And we can talk about why in a little bit. But there's an easy fix around it. So let's get back into here. Let's go into customize develop panels. And you've got the little hamburger menu here, and you can just grab and drag and drop wherever you want these. You can also turn them off and on. If, let's say, the calibration panel you never use and you just want to save space, you can turn that off. You can do whatever you want to customize this however it is that you want. Go ahead, cancel out of that. I have my order. I am going to need a quick break. I'm going to get some water, and I will be back in a couple minutes. So everybody hang out, and we will be continuing on with Lightroom Classic. See you in a minute. Thank you for hanging around, everybody. Thank you for the dance party. Devlin, hello. Elena, thank you. Oliver, thank you. Got a dogs, kittens, rabbits, fiend, unicorn. Dance, dance, dance. Thank you for that. Makes me smile. Unicorn says, oh no, forgot about the dance party. Your chickens came in late, but it's okay. All right. Good to see you, Devlin. Let's get back. We are in the develop module. So, you waiting for me? Raven, I must be. How are you? I hope you're doing well. And of course, I come back to ads. All right, so up here at the top, you have a series of tools. Right over here, you have your slider tools, which is going to be your basic panel. Let me take care of that. There we go. Is going to be your basic panel. Then we've got our crop tool. We'll go more into these further detail. I'm doing well. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. And then we have our remove tool. We'll dive into that. We have our red eye. And then we've got our masking. And then our, you have to reset your masks sometimes. But here we go. Let's just jump into our sliders. That is just your slider tool. That's your basic sliders. Going into our crops, if you hit O, you can see we change our overlays. And some of these overlays have multiple overlays, so you can hold Shift and hit O, and it'll flip them around. If you want to find something very specific that you're looking for, there you go. If you want to lock your aspect ratio, you have a lock over here from your original, so you can click that. And here, that is going to lock your aspect ratio. Keep everything the exact same ratio. Otherwise, you can come into here and you can choose or enter a custom ratio that you are looking for. If you unlock it, well, even if we keep it locked and we grab our aspect, and let's say I wanted this to be portrait, you can grab whichever aspect that you want right there. Let's go ahead, reset that. And then you have an angle here, and let's reset that again. Let's hit G, grab something with a horizon. So I am looking at this and I'm like, okay, let's go into our develop. We're gonna go into our crop, and this has been edited. Hasn't it? Oh, it says it was. Calibration. Why? I don't know. Okay, we come in here and I'm like, I want this building to be straight. Now, of course, and we'll get into transform and other things, but one quick thing, if you want to grab your angle and let this be with an ocean or with a horizon and you want it straight, you can use that level. It looks like a ruler, but it's actually a leveler. So that's what it's going to do, and it's going to tell you, hey, you went 1.32 degrees. You can constrain the crop. So if we reset, we jump back in, come back over, and we're like, boop. And this is just going to keep it from like really getting a little bit crazy. Tool overlay, you can have it on auto, always, never. I like it on always. We're going to reset that. Now, if we come in here to our erase tool, you have distraction removals and remove. So this is like the new remove brush. So if I come through, first off, let's go ahead and we've got the clone. And we jump over here. I'm using my wheel, making my selection a little smaller. You have a choice. Let's do that. Okay, the clone did an okay job. This is easy. This is an easy one. Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's say I want to remove these cars. Yeah, added water. That's not going to work. Now I can grab this and move it around and say, yeah, that looks better. Not really. Let's delete that. Okay, so we've got a clone, which I almost never use anymore. We have our spot removal. So making sure, doing that. And why did it leave a reflection? I made sure I got this. So this did not do a good job. Let's select that. Go ahead, hit delete. If we want to visualize the spots, we can hit visualize spots, and you can crank this down or up, and you can say, okay, I've got something going on up here. Not sure what, but something's going on. It could be a bird. I have a pretty clean sensor. So we can grab the remove tool, jump in here, and just do a quick remove, and there we go. We're done with that. All right. And of course, you can always zoom in to see. Yep, it did a perfect job. Can't even see it. Let's get back into the remove tool. Now, this is where things are, the new remove tool kicks butt. So what we're going to be able to do is the regular remove tool. If I say, okay, now let's remove that buoy, and let's delete that because I didn't get all of the reflection. That is a big thing. You want to make sure you get rid of everything, and it does a wonderful job getting rid of that. So let's get back into there. Now let's delete that. If I use Gen AI and I go and I delete this, but I leave the reflection, it's going to know that something should be there, and it's going to add it. So it looked at the image and it says, okay, there's a reflection there. So I know it's supposed to be one of these up here. So it generated one of these buoys from up here. Let's go ahead, delete that. Now, if I go ahead and I make sure to get all of it, including the reflection, and we remove it, it does an amazing job. So you want to make sure to get rid of reflections. You want to make sure to get rid of shadows. When you are removing something, remove everything. You don't want to leave bits and pieces around. If we go, okay, we're gonna get back over here to the cars. And first off, let's say I want to, let's see if it'll remove people. I mean, I think we all have a pretty good grasp of how the remove tool will remove stuff. Let's try the distractions. So first off, let's open up our people, and it automatically thought all of these were people. It missed these people. I don't know why it's thinking those are people. Why do you think these are people? What are you doing? So of course I can come in here and I can select and delete. Select and delete. Select and delete, because those are not people. Select and delete. And let's go ahead, zoom back in over here and see what it does. You never know. Not bad. Not bad. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I do not. Let's go ahead. We're going to reset, bring everything back. Now, let's zoom out. And let's see what it does if it picks up on that dust. So if we come back up to the remove tool, visualize, we know that we have possibly 2 dust spots. Or they're birds. Don't know which. Let's see if it gets them. Let's apply. I don't think it got anything. Oh, it did get them. It got one. Okay. Yeah, it got one. All right, good job. Now, we are not looking through any like windows to have a reflection. I did show this before, but if you want me to do the reflection again, I can, but it will remove reflections through windows. All right.
Deine Zähne verdienen eine Dr. Best Zahnbürste.
YouTube. That is the remove tool. Now, the red eye, and I honestly, I cannot tell you. It's probably been 1980 since the last time that I had red eye in a camera. For those of you, like I know I don't have any red eye, but for those of you that may not be familiar with what red eye is, Cove, how you doing? Red eye portrait. Okay. What it is when you have a flash, and usually this is a built-in flash on a camera, and you take a photo and the light goes directly in to the back of your eye and comes out into the lens. So it's actually the blood vessels that are being picked up from the back of your eye. That's what it is. Now, if you do any lighting work, that is one of the reasons that you never want to have a on-camera flash. It's not appealing. You definitely want a modifier, you want it up high, but I'm talking about those older like instant cameras that have the flash like right next to the lens and the person's looking directly at it. Boom. So you get the red eye. Let me see if I have anything here in which I could put it on just as a test. Let me think here. We've got, now I've got people. This was during Fasching or Carnival. I'm trying to remember what point. Okay, we've got some eyes. We got some eyes. Let's go in. Let's just brighten this up really quick. Let's do a basic, grab an auto. Okay, we have eyes. And this is really, really grainy. This might be a good image to show you. Okay, we're jumping ahead. We are jumping ahead before we do the red eye. So this is shot at ISO 3200. And you can see at night, it's really, really grainy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down to detail, and we have a denoise slider right there. So let's go ahead, we're gonna select that, and it uses AI to remove noise. Now, this has been absolutely wonderful. Now, I have used it professionally for a portrait shoot in which we were outdoors and it was overcast and slightly raining, and it was just, I had to kick my ISO up and really had to take care of some stuff. So, wow, that did a good job. So at this point, you can go through and adjust it. Now, if you feel as if it has softened the image too much, this is where you can take it in and use like unsharpen in Photoshop or a high pass filter to bring that sharpness back in, which I do recommend doing, which I did on that photo. So I think this did an absolute amazing job on that. All right, let's jump up into the red eye. So if we go into the red eye, who do you have? Do you have a red eye or pet red eye? We're gonna say red eye, and it says drag from the center of the eye or click to use current size. So you can see the size as I move it around, and I can make it bigger, smaller, or I can click and drag and do that. Unable to find red eye. There's no red. So what it's trying to do is actually remove the red. If I wanted to do something like this, and it's trying, you can see it's removing the red. So it's almost like a green screen where it's removing the red eye and trying to put the pupil back in. So that's what it's trying to do. It's looking for red, and then it's putting in the black spot for the get rid of that. And it's trying to put black in back for the pupil. So that is how the red eye works. I don't know if that's a problem anymore, really, but people do it. But I got to show off the denoise, so I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get out of this. Well, we can stay with this image. Let's stay with this image right now. We're going to get into our masking. And as soon as I hit masking, you can see it's going through and trying to detect people. And there's a lot of people here. We've got, and as I hover over, it's selecting them. Now, it did not select her outfit. It's just her. Like, it's seeing the head. It's not seeing the headpiece. It did an okay job with her. It didn't select one of the arms. Same thing with her. But if I jump into here and I want to create a mask, so this is really cool. 3 legs. No, there's a person behind them. you can look as I scroll over, I'll read you what they say, but go ahead and watch the person in the middle. We have facial skin. We've got body skin, which in this place is her hands. We have eyebrows. Ooh. Eyebrows. Let me zoom in. Okay, you can see the red, the eyebrows. We've got the sclera, which is the white part of the eyes. The iris and the pupil. Then the hair, and she's got a little bit of hair showing. And then clothing, and it's getting the majority of her clothing, missing some over here. Now, of course, I could add on to the mask, but if I want to go ahead and we say we want to do the clothing. Yeah, let's just do the clothing. Now, if I select multiple, it's going to say create 3 separate masks or create 1 large mask. So you have a choice to think about there. So we can just do that. And let's create just the mask for the clothing. So we've got a mask set up here. For this, if I want to, up here at the top, you can see mask right there. And its show overlay is on. But if I want to jump into here and I'm like, you know, I actually want, instead of green, I want it to be blue. Or red. So we can go in and really make minute adjustments, and pretty decent size adjustments. Now we do have some spill happening that we would need to take care of, like the bow, it changed the color of the bow. But you have kind of dig that blue. I do. But we can also, of course, mess with the exposure. If we want to go darker, lighter, we can make a lot of changes to this mask. So it's just like anything at all. So that is the people mask. So let's go ahead. We're going to reset that. And that's the original. Let's get into some landscapes. I wanted to make sure that we had water. Okay. Yeah, this has got a little bit of everything. Let's go ahead, hit D for develop. And let's jump into our basics. Let's just do an auto so we can see everything. Let's go into our crop. We're going to grab our level and we're going to make sure that our horizon is level. There we go. BC, hello. And let's get into our masking. So you have a few different things. You have your subject mask, a sky mask, a background mask. These are really easy, and we can get into each one individually. Then we have landscape mask, object mask. You can brush a mask. You've got a linear gradient mask, a radial gradient mask, and a color range. I love these masks. But if I go ahead and I go landscape, now the AI is jumping in and it's taking a look at the landscape, and it's going to tell me, hey, here's your sky, here's your water. So as I hover through, there's my sky, there's my mountains, there's my architecture, there's my vegetation, there's my water, and then we have natural ground, which is both the vegetation and the mountains. So if you want to change things up, let's just go crazy. We're going to do a sky. Let's do a water. Let's do an architect, and we'll do the natural ground. So create 4 separate masks are on. We're going to go ahead and create, and it names them automatically right there. Loving it. So if I want to jump in, we grab the sky, and let's just darken this down a little bit, and we're just going to go stupid. We're going to go a little stupid here. So let's give this a little bit of a color and make it purple. make it purple. Sure, why not? That means our water is going to, let's take it. There we go. That's a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. If we go ahead and next off, we grab our natural brown, and we are going to want to go ahead and make this, let's add saturation into those greens. Let's get that saturated. We can, let me see. Let's go ahead. We'll add a little bit of clarity in there, some texture, and just going stupid over the top. And then we've got our architecture. And as of right now, most of it, as you can see, has a very slight tinge of color. So it's colorizing it, but it's only colorizing the color. So we can go through and just make this really dumb. So the masking is really, really powerful. And I love this in Lightroom Classic. Let's go ahead, hit G, and let's open this one up. So the same thing, D for develop, let's get into our mask. And if I go ahead and hit select subject, you can see that it automatically selected, and let's not go red, let's go blue. It selected the sign and the boat. So if I want to say, no, I don't want to select the boat, so I can come up here and hit subtract. We can subtract, and I'm going to use a brush to subtract, and we can zoom in to make sure that we're getting this all well. Good. And let's do this and get rid of this background over here. And now we can make it bigger. And I could have actually used subject. Hey, Nate, how you doing, buddy? I could actually used, select subject and jumped in, but I'm good there. So now we've got our mask. Let's go ahead. We're going to zoom in. And again, if we do not want that to be red, we can go purple, we can go blue, and we can make this a little bit lighter to maybe match the blue in the boat. So we can go ahead, grab the exposure, zooming out. That feels better. That's more cohesive to me right there. So we have the before, the after. That's kind of how select subject works. So let's go ahead, reset that. And I showed sky. Background, if we do this and we do a background, now of course it's doing the opposite. When I hit select subject, it said the sign and the boat was the subject. Now it's selecting the background. So it's telling me, okay, I know what the subject is. So we want it to pop. So let's just darken it now. Totally unrealistic, but now we've got the boat and the sign is popping. So we can do that. And we can always create and add more masks onto this, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Let's reset. Let's grab a different image. Let's grab this one here. Very nice. Let's jump in, hit D for develop, and going into our mask. Now, again, I could hit, no, I'm not gonna worry about that. If I grab my brush and I'm like, okay, let's select that and let's get back to our red color so we can see it. And let's just take down our highlights because we're popping a little bit. So I don't want to affect the rest of the sky, just want to do that spot there. So I've got that mask right there. Let's jump back in and let's do, I showed the brush, select subject. Let's do a linear gradient. So I'm gonna bring this up, bring that up to about right there. And we can always come in here. We can pop this open, get this, bring the exposure up. We can add a bit of contrast. We would want to add some dehaze. We could bring in some texture. just a tiny bit of clarity, not much. We can open up those shadows, get the whites to pop a little bit more, and open that up. Now, I could do, again, the same thing with the select sky, but if we go in, oh, just really quick, just so you know, double click, I can rename the mask. So the other times the names were put in automatically, this is not happening here. So if I want to do that, we're going to put this as our foreground mask, just so I know what it is. If we want to create a new mask, and we do a radial gradient, and let's go to that hot spot and let's make our mask really big. Bring that down here. Now from here, we can go in, we can add a little bit of warming. Bring in a touch of saturation. And even bring that exposure just slightly up again. So that's the before, very cold. Now I brought that in and we have that warm spot like it's a sunrise that is trying to break through the clouds up there. So that is a good one. That's the radial. Color range. Let's reset this. I love me the color range. Now Malta might not be a good place to use color range. It is not very colorful. Let me think here. Where do we want to go? Pula, Porto, Prague. Oh, what if I have Gatehorn? Or is that under the Netherlands? Oh, the Netherlands. Up here. On the way to the Netherlands, got stuck in a massive stow. This could work. This could work. Stuck on the highway for about an hour. These people over here were laughing. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna hit D for develop. If we get back into our masks, we come down and we've got our color range. You've got a luminosity range or a color range. We'll do luminosity next. But let's do that yellow right there. Now, just so we can see what's happening, what's being selected. Okay, we're gonna turn that pink. Now, that color range is doing pretty good. But if we want to go ahead and refine this, if we want to add in, there we go. I'm holding shift to add. And as you can see, all the yellow, including the yellow line, has been selected. Zooming out.
This is day 21 of my husband.
The yellow, because there's always a lot of yellow that is in that are in grasses and plants. It affected that. But of course, if I really wanted to, I could take this mask, I can do a subtract, I can do a brush. Let's make this smaller. And I could just go through here and brush all of this out bigger. And so anything that was affected, I kind of like having that yellow line being that color. You can just take that out. So we have the before, the after, working good. Working good. That is the color range mask. All right, let's go ahead, reset that. Let's find one for a luminance mask. Choo choo. This. This has got kind of a lot going on. Ooh, you know what would actually be really good for this, for luminance? Let's do Slovenia. Let's get into the mountains. Okay, so let's go ahead, hit D for default. Let's get into our masks. We are going to grab a luminance mask, and let's grab this dark. Now we have a different slider up here. This is how you're going to define it. You can see that we have pure black on the left, pure white is over on the right, and we can actually go through and move it. So I don't want to select any of the sky. We can make this smaller and smaller, and we can even kind of bring stuff in and do that. Okay, so first off, we're going to do a subtract. We're going to, again, we're going to do a quick brush here because I don't want to affect the trees, but bear with me. We're going quick, fast and dirty. That's how it is, how it's said. Fast and dirty. Okay. By the way, are we going to be doing the doodle game? Just curious. Anybody want to do the doodle game? Are you guys sick of the doodle game? All right, with that mask.
Unzero variable just redeemed doodle game.
Thank you. Thank you, Oliver. Okay. Uma rocked it on Tuesday. Doodle game. All right, so let's say I want to do some dodging and burning here on these mountains. So let's bring that exposure down, and then let's create another. Now this time I would do a color. Let's grab that color right there, and we're going to get in right there, like that. So you can see that's the before, that's the after. So it can be really, really powerful using the individual masks. And this is one of the major reasons that I am not working as much in Photoshop. A lot of these masks, the things that I've wanted to do in the past, I can do it in Lightroom. So, okay. Before, after, I'm digging it. Now, with these masks, what can occur? I'm going to go over this really fast. Let's get out of the masks. Now, I did these masks. Now I'm coming in and I want to do maybe some color grading. There we go. And now I'm just doing global stuff. Let's go ahead. We're going to open up the shadows. Doing that. What do we want? Color grading, tonal curve. Let's, you know, just going crazy. Then I'm like, okay, hold on. We need a sky mask. So we're going to create a new mask. Let's go in, select sky. And we're going to get that more blue. Like that. Okay. And then we get back out of here. We go in back into our basics. Let's do some texture, some clarity. Just making something god-awful here. Now, what will happen, because I've used specific masks, and okay, let's do this. Let's do a remove. Let's grab our remove, and what do we want? I don't like this down here, so we're gonna remove that batch. Okay, we're gonna hit remove. Okay, what has happened is it's put trees in. Now, Lightroom is going, whoa, 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 whoa. We have all these masks that you made. Now you just went over the top and you messed with the mask. What are you doing, you big dummy? And what happens is up here, this turns yellow. And so ads start in a minute, so we'll be doing the doodle game after ads. That turns yellow, and that's telling you we need to update our masks. You've got some messed up stuff. So if you ever see that turn yellow next to your mask button, just click it. And it's like, okay, you did a remove, so you messed up the mask. We need to update. And you're like, oh, okay, update it then. Fine. And boom, the yellow is gone. So it's updated it. And everything's hunky-dory, and Lightroom Classic is happy again. All right. Woo! Let's go ahead and reset that. That was a god-awful, ugly image. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's go ahead. Let me do a screenshot. And then I will start preparing for the doodle game. So we can close Lightroom. And yes, I want you to back up. I'm gonna say skip this time. Okay, what that is, it's really important to optimize your catalog. That's going to come up and it's going to do two things. It's going to back up, so it's going to write a new backup, and this is suggested to do once a week. It's going to write a new backup file, which are huge, and then it's also going to optimize your catalog. And some people never do this, and in time there could be a broken file, there could be a corrupt something, and your catalog's not working. I recommend always doing it, always optimizing it when you back it up. So once a week, and that is just to make sure that your catalogs aren't going to be screwed up. Terry White has talked about the using, somebody had, what was it? Somebody's catalog wasn't loading and they were freaking out, which I understand. I would have. And all they had to do was go through and optimize the catalog, and it ended up opening. So it takes a little bit of time to do, but it is highly recommended. All right. All right, we are going to start with easy. Break ends in 2 minutes. Who's here? I know YouTube is here. Umash's here. Oliver's here. Should we start? Or should we wait? Ooh. I don't know if I've done this one, but I like it. I made it to lurk in Twitch. Elena's here. Or she might be doing the dance party because the ad breaks. Oliver, I see you. I see you. We have 50 seconds. Okay, we're gonna get started. Here we go. A speck. A jug. Ooh, I messed that up. A shield. A police badge. A bib. A turtle. A sea turtle. Oliver, you were so close. You were so close. Love the blues prop. Oh! Happy New Year, Doug. The big double D is in the house. How you doing? I hope you had a great holiday season. Everybody, we're taking a quick break here for a second. Got to send love out. It's been a long time. And I was just looking at some photos from the last time we visited, Doug. It is great to see you. Umacorn is saying, hi, Doug. This makes me happy. Doug, Happy New Year. I wish the best for you and your family. I love seeing you in chat. Makes me smile. I can't wait till I tell Mrs. Shawn. She's going to be like, what? So good. Everyone's saying hi, Doug. Very nice. I love this community. Okay, we've got sea turtle specifically. We're doing a doodle game, Doug. What we do to end my streams, we do a little. Who got it? It was Devlin. Devlin got it. We do a little game of unquote Pictionary. Devlin. And I am not an illustrator, so these are really bad. Sea turtle with worms. Oi. Okay. Let's move on. Let's kick it up to medium. Sea turtle was easy. Sea turtle was easy. What other games do we have? We have catchphrase, holidays, charades, subjects, get to know you, wordplay, movies, and individuals. We're going to stick with Pictionary. Okay. Need a new layer. Okay, bear with me, people. Bear with me. I think I got it. A house. Curtain. Rain gutter pipe. . Icicle dupe bug. Winter. Ooh, that was off the page. Yes, we are Maple Glades. We are playing. I am a horrible illustrator. And so this is a way. We've got it. We got it. This is a way for me just to laugh. We have Melting Ice, Oliver. I'm going to give it to Oliver. Duke Bug got it. 3 seconds apart. I'm digging it. Melting, Umacorn. So we got Oliver. Oof. I hate using my mouse. Okay, that was medium. So let's keep going. How you doing, Maple? I hope you're having a great day. Maple Glades got some great streams. Anybody is interested? A few months ago, have a shoot in a few hours and it's blustery snow out there. Oh, a couple months ago, Maple was doing an IRL stream from a combine. I'm sorry, it was awesome. Well, no, I'm not sorry. It was freaking awesome. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it, but it was great. Oh, that's easy. Why is this hard? That's so easy. Farmer maple season. Yeah, I just spent a month out on the farm, and I'm glad I'm back home. You saw that, Uma? I really enjoyed it. I did. All right. Like I said, I think we've done this before, but we're gonna go ahead, do it again. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. Jigsaw. Jigsaw. Umacorn said puzzle. Oh, so close. Oh, it's the same time. Umacorn got puzzle, and then Oliver, exact same time. Jigsaw. And then Umacorn, jigsaw indeed. Jigsaw. No. Jigsaw, technically Jigsaw's puzzle. Jigsaw is the saw you cut. I'm just trying to get you to say a word. I'm technicalities. Now, Umacorn, is puzzle Dutch for jigsaw? Because I'm calling bull on that. I am calling bull. I am calling bull, and I'm actually Googling right now. Yeah, I mean, we say, hey, do you want to do a puzzle? You want to build a snowman? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, you. Yeah, I know. Reciprocating saw. Oh, really? That's really useful. Thanks. Thanks, Google. All right, we're moving on. Forget it. Forget it. Let's kick it up to very hard. Oh, I know we've done this. Digestion. I don't even know what that is. Holy cow. Okay. Oh my god. This is going to be hard. This is going to be a hard one, people. All right. So bear with me. Oh no. I hope that was one of them, Dupe Bug. Indigestion. Digestion. Okay. See a blob, draw a blob. Oh. A profile, lungs, cork. Oh, you freaking jerk, YouTube. Okay, I'm back. I know nobody has got this yet. Beavis or Butthead? Handlebar grip, profile. An idea, Dupe Bug. Okay, bad ideas. Don't you dare draw a light bulb. And my stream didn't break. Bing. I got my light bulb right there. Okay, hold on. I got to make sure nobody got it yet. Idea, Frank, invention, epiphany, bright idea, sense. Oh my god. I cannot believe it. Devlin. Eureka. Oh, no way. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that. Great job. I mean, I was going to finally have to say something like, okay, yeah, but what do you say when you get a bright idea? Oh my gosh, Eureka. Wow. That was tough. I guess that's why it's under very hard. Good job. Brilliant. Brilliant. What was that from? Oh. All right. I relate to gold mining. Oh. I did not think of it that way, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is so easy. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. We'll do it. I found it. Yeah, yeah. No. I didn't think of it that way, Devlin, but yeah, you're right. Eureka. You strike it rich. Eureka. Whoa. Penny Doodles. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you, Penny? How was your stream? Hello, Penny. Hi, everybody. We are coming down to the last part of Not Bad. We finished an express project, then went to crochet. Sweet. We are finishing up today's stream, playing a little bit of Pictionary. So if you would like to play along, Mafu, we're lurking. If you would like to play along, please feel free to take guesses at my really bad illustrations, my bad doodles. But we're on a hard level now, and this is going to be super easy. So my fingers hurt already. Wish me luck. Are you Croatian? Cow would be difficult. Doodle. That's what Penny is. Croatian. Why can't I speak today? Crocheting. Shut up, Shawn, and draw. This looks more like a block of cheese. Is not a wheel of cheese. A hat, a cake, birthday cake, birthday. Oliver got it. 2 seconds later, Umacorn got it. That's just too easy. We are not ending that way. That's not right. That is not right. Okay. Kicking it back up to really hard. Oh no, not that again. Come on. You can do it. Ooh. 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 Huh. Okay. Okay. Let's this is gonna be tough. I think I'm gonna this is gonna be tough. Anyway, let's do it. A book. Okay. We got the book, index, page, headlines, newspaper, okay, a sketch pad, story time, Megan, hi. Is it chapter again? No, story magazine, phone book, a journey? Journey? Yes. What is a journey called in a book? A paragraph? A diary? A journal? An adventure? A tale? A guide? Okay. Here we go. A saga? A memoir? Lord of the Rings? A novel? A story? You are all around it. Gosh, a legend? A handbook? A trilogy? I can't draw and look at chat at the same time. Epic? Pages? A mission? History? A trip? History class. No, get back. People, stick with me here. That's a really bad tractor. That's a horrible tractor. Drive, Matt, Quest, road trip, manual. Okay, hold on. I think only the Americans would even get this. Oh my God, Devlin. Oh, a plot of land and a plot in a book. Oh my God, farming sim manual. Devlin's response was, I lost the plot. Oh, I had no idea where to go with that one. Okay, we're gonna do one more. One more. A plot twist. Ooh, that would have been a good one, Alessandra. Hi, by the way. Well, it's supposed to be a farm, but that's okay. All right. Last one. Plot. Cinema would work too. That is true. That is true. Okay, let's go hard. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. All right. A box, airplane, parchment. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Devlin. My God. Devlin got it like freaking right off the bat. Foil. Foil. We got wax paper. Oliver. What did you? I don't know. I don't know what. What was it? Baco foil? I don't know what that is. Foil. Oh my gosh. Devlin. I mean, if I drew something like this, I don't think anybody would actually get a foil. Yeah, but it's called a foil. This one's a foil. That's what a foil looks like. That one's got to be like that. I don't know. I don't know, Dupebug. I think somehow Devlin's cheating. A saber, an epi, yeah. Foil. We can't end like that. That was too fast. Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me do an extra hard one. Fancy pokey sticks. I'll do only wrong guesses. I think you were joking with foil. I'm Frank, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in. Me? Okay. I'm going to have to draw something, and this is going to be really, really, really bad. So, I really don't have any idea. See, I've already messed that up. Coastline. This is so bad. Oh, that's horrible. That's just no. No. Yeah, delete that. No. Chicken foot, cactus, coastline. Okay. I got to do it this way. Oh my God. Oh, rubber glove, applause, a wobbly hand. Yeah, I have a wobbly hand. Oh my God, that's horrible. A lionfish. A high five, a palm, a wave, a wave, a wave, a wave. A greeting. Hello? Umacorn, you're right there. Hi? What's the opposite? Toss, Italian greeting, howdy, bye. What's the whole thing? Farewell? Boo? Bye? Goodbye! So long, farewell, goodbye. Oh, we're gonna put this down as a community. My God, that's a horrible hand. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, good job, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with my horrible drawing. I'm stunned and impressed that you have gotten some of these. So good job, everybody. Hands are hard. Hands are hard. I'm only here for the horrible drawings. Well, okay. You want one more, Megan? We can do one more just for Megan. That's why Megan is here. Let's get rid of that hand. We'll do the last one. Yes, please. Oh, you are so kind. Oh, no, we've done that one. Ooh, okay. I like this. This is going to be a good one. Let's see. While I'm drawing, so in about an hour and a half, I'm going to... No, there is no Firefly stream today. Just so you know. But there are Adobe Lives. Wow, I missed that. Sunlight, sunny day, sunny. Electricity. Solar system. Yolk. A yolk. Planets. Orbit. Oliver. Coming in strong. Good job. Ollie! All right, coming in strong. Good job. Okay, so there's no Firefly on Discord today. Jack is busy, unfortunately, and so I've got the day off. There are Adobe Lives today. I'm not sure what's going on, but you can check it out. That's going to start in 2.5 hours. I don't know if anybody else is live right now, and I don't think I feel like raiding. So I want to thank you all for being here. Hopefully it's helpful. Wade will probably be on later. Yeah, I think Wade's going to be on in an hour and a half. If he is. Constellation prizes for all. What else is happening? What else? I watched Roll and Troll. Freaking hilarious. I wish I could be there live. Can't. Usually the same time as Firefly. Yeah, that's why I always miss it. So I'll probably be there today if Wade's live. Since I'm not. Yeah, I don't think I have any more announcements. I'll be back next week. I hope going over some of these apps are helping some of you. Tony Harmer, great shout out to Tony for help, for understanding the parent and child keywording. That's going to be, I need to dive deeper into that. And that's always appreciated that we can actually learn from each other in the community. So big shout out to Tony. And Oliver was giving me good help today. So was Dupe Bug. And let's see. Hopefully this is helpful and at least somewhat entertaining. But we are going to be diving into Approva. Hello. We'll be diving into probably finishing up Lightroom Classic and then diving into Photoshop. Again, this was a whole kind of a plan set up because a family member of mine was like, I want to learn more. So I'm like, okay, I'll make streams and you can learn. All right. So everybody, I hope you have a great rest of the day. I will probably be seeing you in chat. Probably at Wade's. I have to go chicken my waffles. Nice. Probably in Wave's stream, and if not Wade's stream, I'll see you in the Adobe Lives. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. I will see you all later. Thanks for being here. Bye, everyone.